second, and then you'll hear me do my little speech, and then we're live. Hey guys, this is Rachel Youngson here from useplr.com and wholefoodplr.com. Welcome to our weekly PLR Power Hour. This is where we ask questions on using PLR, connect with other people who use PLR, try to find partners in our niche wherever possible, and also share our wins, our websites, and all the other goodies that we have to spread to the world. So today we are going to open up with a spotlight on last week's Use PLR Member of the Week, and that was my friend Mira Desi, and she is from theingredientguru.com. And if you haven't had a chance to download her personal use product, I would recommend doing that. She has a free product that goes into eating out, and it's a beautiful product. It's a beautiful website. If you're in the health and wellness niche especially, this is someone that you may want to look into partnering with. She isn't just really easy to get along with, but she also has an affiliate program, which could be great for you. So that is theingredientguru.com. Okay, guys, so let's start with, does anyone have any pressing questions on, is anyone working on a piece of PLR that they want to ask a question about? Is anyone trying to put a project together that they need assistance with? Does anyone just want group consensus on anything? And just as a reminder to those who are newer to the group, if you're just here to take an hour to work on your PLR, that's perfectly okay too. Some people choose to come and not participate because they just want to carve out that hour of time to be in their business. So that's perfect. Let's see. Oh gosh, Michelle, I'm really sorry. I usually take lunch just before we jump in, and I had to restart my computer, so I haven't been back on my email. If it's too much, I can try to go into my email and see what's going on. Okay, sounds good. And while Michelle is putting that together, I wanted to let everyone know that on November 27th, we have an expert guest coming, and that is going to be Jen Brockman. She creates PLR planners and journals, and she's going to show us how to make money with them. So if you have any questions for her, but you will not be able to attend live, please send them to me beforehand at rachel@useplr.com. If your question is a very in-depth question, please also send it to me beforehand, just because we want to make sure that she answers as many questions as she possibly can, and we also want to be sure that everyone's questions are answered thoroughly. Let's see. Okay. So, Michelle, you have articles from 3 master resale rights products. You want to ditch everything else, make your own graphics, perfect. Sales page, yep. Okay. So Michelle's saying she has master resale rights products. Now here's the thing, the sticky situation with MRR products is that they typically don't like you to change any of the wording. So usually they'll say, hey, you can have these rights, but you gotta keep it the way it is. So Michelle, do they have a user agreement in there, a PLR terms in your package? I can tell you for me, I don't send out, or I don't create MRR products, but I do see them used. And I really want to stress that because it's a bit out of the, it's not out of the norm by far, but I would always recommend that we go to the source and we get information directly from the person who created it. I think that's fine. I think that would be a perfect way to create a new product. And anytime you get PLR, I always, like Michelle did, I always recommend changing the graphics, changing the sales page, making it completely unique to you in those easy ways so that someone who comes along and sees it is going to say, oh, well, this is a brand new piece of content, and they're never going to think that's PLR. Okay, Michelle, I'm just catching up with you. Let's see. I would reach out to the original creators in this instance, and anytime you're dealing with MRR rights, I would reach out to the creator. Sometimes, depending on who's issuing the PLR, you'll find that their rights aren't very clear. Other times, you'll find that their customer service is pretty poor. If you ever need me to reach out to PLR sellers or need me to try to act as a go-between for you, please feel free to reach out to me personally, and we can take care of that. I know a lot of the sellers out there who are reputable, so we can take care of that. I am thinking that they'll probably say that you're good to go, as long as you're not. Oh, a membership site. Okay. All right. What was the membership site, Michelle? Would you feel comfortable sending it to me privately or sharing it with the group? Either way is fine, whatever your comfort level is. Okay. So I tell you what, Michelle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note and I'm going to look into this for you and see if any of my other PLR friends are familiar with this site or with what we may have to do going forward. Some folks do have more experience with the MRR PLR than I do. So let's see. Hey, Michelle, the email that I would reach out to you at, is that the email that you used to sign up for your access at Use PLR? Okay, great. Jeez, sometimes those fingers, they don't want to work. All right, I'll go ahead and start looking into that for you today, Michelle. Hey, Donna, good to see you today. Hi, Sandra. So for those newer to our Power Hour, I am Rachel Youngson from useplr.com, and if you have any questions on using your PLR, this is the space where we can talk about it, and we can, oh, thanks, Donna. I'm happy that you're here too. Hi, Sandra. This is where we can ask those questions. Also, what we're going to do today is, towards the end of the call, we're going to share a little bit about our businesses, as in if you have a website with an affiliate program you'd like to share, if you would like to see if there are others in your niche on the call today that you can maybe sync up with on the back end, we'll totally share that stuff later on today. Also, we will do our member wins this week. If you don't have any wins, that's perfectly okay. But basically, if you've done anything really cool with your PLR, or if you've used your PLR in any way, then please let us know, and that could count towards your member win. Typically, we pick that at random, but whoever is picked for our member spotlight of the week will be featured on our social media pages as well as our email for about a week. So it's a great chance for some exposure. And of course, if you are here and you just want to carve out an hour to work on your PLR, you're more than welcome to just do that and not jump in. So whatever works for you. So does anyone else have any questions on PLR? How to use it? What reputable sellers are in your niche? What types of PLR you should be looking for right now? What's going on in the PLR world that you may want to be aware of? How you want to repurpose your PLR? Different ways to do that. You can either unmute yourself and feel free to talk directly to us, or you can put it in the chat box, whatever is most comfortable for you. And while you guys are doing this, for those who just jumped on, just so you know, this is our member spotlight for last week, and this is my friend Mira Desi, and she is from the Ingredient Guru. She has an affiliate program. If you are in the health and wellness niche, she is a great person to sync up with. She has some great products. My understanding is that they are personal use products, but if they would serve your community, then it may be a good affiliate partnership for you. And also, I will go ahead and give you guys a little peek here at our new look for Whole Food PLR, which I'm super excited about. We just were able to get this in place last week. We're still working on all of the fun back-end things, but this is the new pretty pictures and all that good stuff. So essentially, if you are new to Whole Food PLR, then what you'll do is we recommend that you try any of our free PLR products. We have some testimonials here, and these, for anyone who's new to us and what we do, this is our Paleo PLR packs, and these are our Whole Food PLR packs. We do have a guarantee on our PLR. It's good for a week. Let us know if you need anything. Donna, you are new to PLR. I'm great. I'm glad that you found me too. Good. I am so glad. Yes. If you are, Donna, have you bought PLR that you're looking to use?
I'm going to just unmute myself. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can. Please do. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing fantastic this morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm really good. So, you're brand new to PLR. I'm just curious, did you get us through the Big Business Bundle? Is that how you were able to find us, or?
No, I was actually just doing Google searches for PLR that had Whole Foods, in the topic. And then I just found you. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah. And I was like, I like, you're resonating with what I am looking for. Like everything that I'm looking for, I seem to be finding through you. So I'm really happy.
Oh, I'm so happy too, Donna. That I'm really. I know this sounds cheesy, but I'm really honored that you're getting what you need from us. That makes me feel really good. That makes me feel like we're doing what we should be doing. So thank you for that. Especially with those random Google searches, because you really don't know where they're going to go, especially
Right.
with the PLR stuff. So, but yeah, we have, in addition to Whole Food PLR, we have our used PLR site, and that's where it was originally created so that we could help our Whole Food PLR folks find different ways to use their PLR. But of course, using PLR goes way further than just the health niche. So if you need anything over on the right-hand side of our Use PLR site, can you see that on your screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. We have a whole bunch of free reports. We have a free PLR to Profit, PLR to Instagram, PLR to Grow Your Business, and then we also have all of these blog posts over here about ways that people use PLR. This is a good one, using free PLR to grow your business, especially if you're just starting out in business and you don't have any, extra funds that you to spend. That's really great. So feel free to go on over there and get whatever you need. And that's all that stuff on the right-hand side is free for you.
That's awesome. I just found out about PLR, and I was doing ClickFunnels, like one of their programs, and Russell Brunson said, just do a Google like Whole Foods PLR or, weight loss PLR, and all this stuff will come up. And like you just sort of mentioned it. And so then I was like, what is that? Oh my gosh. And so I started doing that with all different topics because I'm a resiliency coach for women. And I love the science stuff, but I'm not like super big on writing. So my daughter was kind of helping me write an ebook, and it was taking forever. And, with ClickFunnels, you want to get a lot of content, kind of fast and just start to get your stuff out there. And so when I figured out that this is like stuff that people are writing, that's good stuff that I can use, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And it hardly costs that much even. So I'm really excited because, especially for like social media posts and all that, it's hard for me to constantly be trying to come up with new stuff. And so even though like other people are using some of it, there's so much on the internet now, I don't think it's really going to be a big deal that more than one person is using the same thing, because I'm going to kind of customize it, put my stories and stuff into it. So anyway, I'm just getting started with it. And I already know how to create an ebook, or how to modify the edit the images and all that kind of stuff. I know how to do all that already. But just having the meat of it there is going to be really super helpful. So I guess my just one big question is that this might be kind of elementary, but that we can use the content the way that once we purchase it, we can modify it and use it the way that we want to, correct?
Well, first of all, nothing is elementary, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so every piece of PLR that you get, it could be called PLR, white label, whatever, anything that falls under that umbrella that you get should have a license in that package. So for instance, whenever you get something from Whole Food PLR, whether it's one of our free products or our paid products, you have a terms file that you'll get, and that's a text file that will say, hey, this is what you can and cannot do with our PLR. So as long as you abide by those terms, then yes, you can use that PLR however you feel that you need to use it.
Okay. Yeah, that is so awesome. I'm so happy to find this. I can't even tell you, because this is like my big issue right now, is just trying to come up with stuff to get my funnel launched. Because before the new year, I want to launch, a lot of fitness and health stuff, because everybody's thinking about that at this time of year, before the holidays, before the new year,
Yes. Yeah. As a marketer, this is definitely the time of the year to be getting stuff up. And it's funny that you said that, because we talk about that since so many of our folks are in the health niche. We talk about that almost every power hour, because, I tell people this is the time when you really want to have your eyes and ears open for those weight loss, self-help, that kind of stuff, because as soon as Christmas is over, people are going to be like, I want to lose that weight. I want to get my New Year's resolutions. And you really want to have something in place by that time. So that's really, really good planning. Now, are you familiar with Coach Glue, since you're a coach?
What is it called?
Coach Glue with Nicole Dean and Melissa Ingold. They
No.
do. Okay, well, I tell you what, they have some free stuff, but I think I have a link to their main site that I'll go ahead and get you. So I would recommend looking at their free things first. I always recommend looking at free things. Don't spend money unless you trust somebody. But for coaches, this is a PLR site that is specific for coaches. And a lot of my folks who are coaches love this site, because you can they even have like a membership site, so that every month you get new content that you as a coach can turn around and teach your folks.
Hmm.
So I will go ahead and get that for you.
Yeah.
And it is PLR content, and I'll grab, for time's sake, I'll grab what I think will work, but let me see. I'm just going to make sure this link is a good active link before I give it to you. But yeah, and they are actually like a huge site.
Awesome. Well,
So
I saw another site like this when I was doing my searches, but it wasn't this one, but it was kind of the similar idea. But then I just felt really overwhelmed because there was so much stuff on there that I just kind of went, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I'll just try a few of these other ones and buy them and then see. But so far, I'm like so blown away by how much content you guys give. It's really like, wow,
well,
really
it's
usable.
super easy to get overwhelmed. I completely understand that, especially like since so many of us PLR sellers do these big launches with like 300 pieces of content. It's great because it's enough to feed your business for a huge amount of time, but it is easy if you're new to PLR to be like, holy crap, what did I get myself into? So
I could just keep getting more and more and more.
yes, and and it's like we one thing that I try to stress with my folks here is um, to try to put it to use before you get more, or to try to find a good membership site that you trust that's in your niche, because that way you have that content coming every month,
Mm-hmm.
and you have it helps a lot if you have that system, like, okay, I have my content, this is what I want to do with it. While I'm doing this, then this other content pack for next month, it's already being taken care of. I don't have to go out and look for it or anything like that, if
That's
that
awesome.
makes sense. So when you navigate to that site, that link that I sent you, this is what you're going to see. These are their paid products. They have a lot of really good stuff. I wouldn't buy that. Well, I would. Let me say that differently. I would definitely buy that. I wouldn't buy that right now. Since you're just getting familiar, just getting your feet wet with them, I would take all this stuff out. I would just leave coachglue.com in, and I would see if I could find, there it is, your new client kit.
Oh, okay.
So I
Awesome.
would do that first, and I would download that first, because that way you can kind of see what their presentation looks like. I know that they're great, but I'm not going to, you obviously have to do what's best for you and your business. So I would recommend starting right there with that free stuff and going from there.
Okay. This is really good because I'm a life coach, but I specialize in helping women who are at midlife gain resiliency and stay healthy. I'm a breast cancer survivor and warrior. But the thing is,
Praise God. Good for you.
thank you. Yes, absolutely. Praise God. And so I'm very thankful and grateful. And so I just want to help other women now stay healthy and maybe not have to go through what I went through. But a lot of these women, I'm finding they have all kinds of other problems, like relationship issues. They have money problems always. They want to start a business. They don't know how. So I'm seeing all these different niche markets that I could get into eventually or transition into. And so that's why I think this site you're giving me is going to be awesome, because I can find all kinds of stuff for the future and map out a plan, depending on what my clients need from month to month.
Yeah, and you can totally repurpose it too. So, like the same pack that goes towards the weight loss one month, you can restructure it to go towards um, maybe just an overall healthy living the next month.
Right.
You know,
And so I
so
can I can use this like in my coaching programs too, right? Then like the content, if I wanted to give them maybe like as a part of a package of signing up for a live coaching group program, they would get this and this, or um
yes, yep,
okay.
shouldn't be an issue. I would always recommend that you just make sure that you read those terms. But I've worked with Coach Glue before, and my understanding is there's no issue with that.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of been reading, all those licensing things, and they all seem to be pretty open end. Like you just can't sell it as PLR content, resell it. That's their big thing. Like don't
Y-
sell the whole thing as PLR to somebody else, which
yes.
I would not have an interest in doing. But I do have another question about PLR and what you do. My daughter is a writer and she loves to write, but she's really never wants her name on anything, and she's really shy about that. And so I'm thinking this might be something. She's a stay-at-home mom and just loves to write and loves to research things. So she was kind of helping me, but maybe a way for her to get started in writing and not feel like everybody out there knows that this is her thing, because people be changing and not putting her name on it, right?
So it seems, yeah. So it seems like what she would become is what's called a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
So essentially, like I have a couple of writers and I'll say, hey, I need XYZ done. Um, they'll write it for me. I'll get it. I'll edit it. I'll make it, structure it so that it sounds like Rachel is saying it versus, because especially your loyal customers, they'll know if what you're putting out doesn't resonate with how you are when they talk to you. And then, that's how they make their income. So I think that that's where she would be starting out, is as a ghostwriter. And Tiffany Lambert had a product years ago. When I started out as a ghostwriter actually, and it's called Ghostwriting Cash.
Okay.
It's 2 words. It's a ClickBank product. I'm honestly, it's been years, so I don't know how up to date it is, but Tiffany Lambert is another PLR seller, and she is a great person to connect with. And she started out as a ghostwriter to some of the top names in the internet marketing industry. I'm talking like the big names. So
Nice.
it's if you go to Ghostwriting Cash and you see there should be a way to connect with her even if you don't purchase it right now. And she always responds to her emails. She's a really great person to connect with.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much for helping me and talking so long to me this morning. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. It is ghostwriting is, it's a hard business in the beginning when she's trying to make connections and everything, especially. But yeah, please tell her that let me know if there's anything I can do for her.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute you up, ma'am, Miss Donna, and I am going to jump on over to Sandra. First of all, you like the look of my new site. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't even tell you what kind of a headache it's been because I'm using Optimized Press. And then I was with my business coach the other week. We were talking and or on the phone, and she was like, Thrive Themes is so great. We can do this and this and this. So then I put Thrive Themes on it too. And now they hate each other. So now I have to redo a bunch of my Optimized Press pages because they're like nemesi, or whatever. They hate each other very much. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm hoping to continue to freshen up the used PLR site too over time. All right, the ingredient guru. No, Mira is not one of my PLR clients. So we met because she if I remember correctly, she purchased she was part of the big PLR extravaganza that Piggy Makes Bank did. And so she got word of my Power Hour from that. But while she isn't one of my PLR clients, she does come on here quite frequently. She's really great. She's a great health and wellness person. And I do I recommend her all the time because she's just she puts out really, really good stuff. The other thing is, if you guys are ever unfamiliar with someone, for instance, like Mira, I would grab a copy of her free report, just kind of get your feet wet and kind of get to learn a little bit more about her. If you are in the health and wellness niche, then she does have an affiliate program, and that's why I think that she would be a great connection for some of you folks that are in that health niche, because especially as the year winds down and next year kicks in, we're really going to need to support people that we trust in our niches, if that makes sense. Not people that, are just going to put money in our pocket, because that never gets anybody anywhere, but people that we trust who are also in our niche. Oh, that's great, Sandra. Yeah, she's, if you need anything on the back end, please feel free to let me know. But yeah, she's really great. She's really knowledgeable. She's a great lady, and she's usually on our power hours, so I'm expecting that she'll probably be on the next one that we have, which will be on the 27th, and you should be able to connect with her there too. So does anyone else have any questions about PLR, using PLR, who to go to for certain types of PLR, or anything like that before we move on? Okay, so Sandra wants to know, what's the best way to create Facebook post statements to get people over to my blog? So I'm going to be honest with you, Sandra. I am not that great with social media. However, I can tell you that I get pretty consistent signups to both of my websites. And a big part of that is my very lacking a bunch of things social media presence. So this is what I'll do with my social media. Anytime I send out a blog post, or I'm sorry, anytime I send out an email, I have this "did you miss this" section, and that's kind of like hey, you can catch up with everything here. But also what it does is it creates this space that is on my blog that is always going to be there. So sometimes I'll get folks who go back and read the old stuff, and I'll get things like, I'll be like, hey, that hasn't been selling in a while. This marketer launched that like forever ago, but there will be a sale that comes in because I have this and folks use this. So what I'll do when I create an email is I'll create a blog post, and I'll just copy the email and put it in here. And then I will do a screenshot of any of the affiliate content. So for instance, let's just wait forever for that to take effect. Okay, so for instance, this relentless optimism, I use my Snagit program. I take a screenshot of this. Then I go over here to Facebook. Here's my screenshot. And then I'm like, hey, here's the new PLR. This is what it is. Here's the link. Here's the date. And then I'll throw a bunch of hashtags in there. So for your blog post, and again, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not a guru at the social media, but for your blog post, I would definitely do a screenshot of something, make it nice and pretty, use Snagit to do that, or whatever program you use, but I personally love Snagit. Do something like this, and then point folks there in what you have up here. And of course, I would always use the hashtags. And in addition to putting things on Facebook, I also do the same thing on my Facebook pages which would be use PLR Facebook page and the Whole Food PLR Facebook page. I would put it on, excuse me, my throat's getting dry, Twitter. And then I would go over to LinkedIn and I would put it there. And even though it's about to die, Google Plus. I always throw things in Google Plus because I kind of figure Google is like huge. So even though some people don't use it anymore because my understanding is they're going to shut it down at some point soon, I still do because I feel like they probably have a lot of love going on there. Yeah, I understand that, Sandra. I do. Sandra's saying that she didn't want to use the same language for the same post, which I get. Um, I just kind of, for me, I just started doing it because I hate this part of my day when I have to put stuff on the social media sites. So I just want to get it done as quickly as possible. So I just like copy it and then I just paste the same thing on all those different sites. And I haven't gotten in any kind of trouble or anything. It seems like it's been working out okay. And I've been doing it for over a year now. So, oh, and you know, the other thing that I'll do, if you have a mobile phone and you have you have Instagram, I would go over into my Instagram, or I would use my mobile phone, go to Facebook, I would save a copy of the photo right here, this image, onto my phone. Then I would copy this text with my phone, and I'd go over to Instagram and I'd put it all in here. And if you're doing blog posts, I would always put the date of that blog post in your Instagram post. And the reason is because in Instagram, you can only have one live link. And so a lot of times people will put that live link up as their blog. And you want folks to know how to navigate to the actual post that you're talking about. Does anyone did that help at all, Sandra? If it didn't, please feel free to let me know. We also, if you need any help creating pretty social media images or blog post images, over at Use PLR, we have Use PLR to create social media images, and that's one of our free reports, and that will go over exactly what I do when I create images. Yeah, if there's a way to actually do it that's come about since I've started using it, I don't know it, but I do know that I get a lot of, I get traction on Instagram doing it that way. Just make sure that you have one live link in your bio, make sure that you list in the actual post what the date of the post is, so that way they can navigate there on their own if they choose to do it. Okay, folks, does anyone else, before we go into our sharing and member wins, does anyone else have any questions today? I have to tell you guys, this particular power hour seems like it is flying by. I mean, I love these. They're all great, but it just, you know, I was a little bit worried about what would happen today since, you know, we usually meet on Tuesday and today is Thursday, and you know, I didn't really get a chance to promote it as much as I usually do. But in the same sense, I didn't want to not do a power hour this week since we're not doing one next week. So this is really going fast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to our member wins. If anyone has a question that they think of between now and when we end, please feel free to jump in, or you can always reach me after the power hour at rachel@useplr.com. And despite what I did to poor Michelle, I usually do answer the emails. So usually it's a good place to find me. So member wins. This is what we're doing now, is if you have, oh, Michelle, thank you. Michelle says that she's really glad that we managed to do one this week because it's been helpful. You know, I love when people say that, because sometimes, especially when you're the one who kind of navigates the webinar, it's like, am I really helping people, or are they just listening to me and thinking, what the heck is this person doing to me? Like, why am I wasting my day with this crazy woman? So thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. So what we're doing now over at USPLR, we are doing this new thing called Member Spotlight. And I know that I've talked about it a little bit already, but I'm going to recap for those who've come in a little later. Essentially, the Member Spotlight is if you've done anything really cool with your PLR or anything with your PLR at all, or have made any wins in your business, let us know. Either send us a private email at rachel@useplr.com, put it in our Facebook group, or I'm sorry, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/useplr. And we will, every week, we will select a member to be featured in our member spotlight. And what will happen then is we will put your information on all of our social media sites like this. We'll say a nice little thing about you and who you are, what you did that was so freaking amazing, how folks can connect with you. This is really big because that will pull folks into your funnel. We will also put your information into our emails for about a week, 4 to 5 days usually. And as we already discussed, our emails go into this "Did you miss this" section as well. So forever it will be in our blog/email thing over here. So that's what the Member Spotlight is. If you have anything that you've done with your PLR this week, please feel free to throw it in the chat box so that you can be considered for this week's Member Spotlight. Again, even wins in business they count too, because moving your business forward is super important. For instance, Mira, last week, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago, she went to a conference and she was able to connect with a bunch of folks, a bunch of other marketers and marketers in our niche at this conference. And it was a really big deal because so many times we, especially when we work from home or work for ourselves, it's really, really cozy to kind of be in your own groove and be in your pajamas. Not me, in your little office and not physically interacting with someone face to face. So making that effort to travel and to make arrangements and to connect with folks that way is a big deal. It's a huge deal. So you can also send your member wins over to us in an email if that's easier for you. And again, that is rachel@useplr.com. So we have about 15 minutes left. Would anyone feel comfortable sharing with the group oh, hold on. Donna, way to go. She finished a 30-day funnel building challenge. That's really great. I'm really happy for you. Just going to add her new PLR and launch Monday of next week. Great. And she made her first sale with another funnel. Really, really great, Donna. I stink at funnels, and my business coach isn't the happiest with that, but I do. I stink real bad at funnels. So I'm really happy for you. I'm really proud of you. And I think that's going to be great. I'm working on the funnel aspect, but I'm not quite there yet. So that's wonderful, Donna. What is your link to your new product, if you wouldn't mind dropping that in, so that our folks can see what it is and maybe venture on over there themselves. Yeah, sure, Donna. Take your time. And you guys, you can always, if you feel comfortable, you can always promote yourselves over on the Use PLR Facebook page. The situation with that is people don't always like to broadcast that they use PLR in their business. So some Facebook is, how do I want to say it? Like, if someone can really stalk you well on Facebook, they can probably figure out where you're putting stuff and where you're posting stuff. So I don't know that for sure, but I would imagine. So if you feel comfortable, you're more than welcome to put your information over on the USPLR Facebook page. I would ask that you say something about our PLR Power Hour, or the fact that you are hoping to become the USPLR member spotlight of the week. Just because we really are trying to encourage folks to we're kind of growing this Power Hour. We just started it a couple months ago. So yeah. Donna says most of the people she works with would never even know what PLR is. It's so funny. It's really funny because I my business coach said the other week, and it's so true. It happens to me all the time. Like, she's like, my family doesn't know what I do. They just know that I do something. Like, I can pay the bills, I can do what I need to do, and that's really all they know. So, and that is so true. So, yeah, I understand that. Does anybody feel comfortable sharing the niche that they are in? And if you have a website that you'd like to share, so that if someone else is in the same niche, possibly you guys can connect, then please feel free to throw it in the chat box. For the newcomers, I will let you know that we do we do have the replays on our YouTube channel, and we also have the replays on our Use PLR site. So folks who watch this after the fact will also get your information. Michelle, that's great. Michelle says she's building a website on helping people build online training and coaching programs. That's fine. That's fine. Guys, even if you have like a link to a freebie that would just help people to connect with you, feel free to share that. Sandra, you're a multitasker. Sandra is a health coach who focuses on plant-based nutrition, and she's a travel agent. So that's pretty cool, Sandra. Just so you know, some of our whole food things over at Whole Food PLR, when you look at the buy button, it will say whether it's for plant-based or meat eaters. And any of our plant-based products follow the forks over knives philosophies. So just a heads up for that. So like, for instance, our whole food wedding pack, it's for both meat and plant-based eaters. We do that because some people follow the Whole30. Other people are like like you target, are more plant-based. So just keep an eye on what's written underneath the buy box, and that will tell you what it will help with. Donna is a women's resiliency coach, and she helps women to overcome midlife challenges. That's great. And DonnaLoeffler.com. I will make sure that we get that out in an email, Donna, to make sure that other folks know that. Do you have an affiliate program, Donna? Yeah, Sandra. Yeah. So just make sure that you pay attention to that. And we don't still do a lot of plant-based, but whatever's there, no oil, all that good stuff from forks over knives. Heavy on the grain stuff. As you know, that's plant-based is a whole big thing. So, okay, Donna, that's cool. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make sure that we get that shared for you. And let's see, does anyone, hey, Bill, there's no pressure, of course, but if you wanted to share your site, or if you wanted to share anything, feel free to do that. Kim blogs about homeschooling and health. That's really cool, Kim. Okay, that sounds great. When you, any of you guys that are in the health niche, especially when you guys get your get affiliate programs in place, or you have products that you've put out, we can definitely share those on our power hours. At the end of the power hour, share what we're doing, and that way we can kind of connect with other folks. Oh, Donna, thank you. Thank you very much. Donna says she's really glad to have met us. Okay, guys, before we wrap up today, I do want to let you know that we are not meeting next week. It is the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday week. That is November 20th. There will be no meeting. However, on November the 27th, which is a Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have Jen Brockman here, and she is going to be talking to us about, PLR planners and journals and how to make money with them, how to edit them, where to put them, and all that fun stuff. Donna, if your daughter has any, if you need any help as far as your daughter and the ghostwriting stuff, feel free to chat with me privately, Rachel at uspLR.com. Again, I haven't done it in years, so I can't promise, but I should at least be able to help her get from point A to point B. I can't be like a ghostwriting coach, obviously, because I haven't done it in years, but I can probably help her at least a little bit. Sandra says that I'm a gem. And Sandra, thank you very much. You have just made my Thursday. Yeah, sure, Donna, no problem. I'm a mom too. I get how that works for her. So yeah. Okay, guys. Anybody have anything else before we wrap up for today? Oh, sure, Michelle, you're welcome. Hey, those of you who are working on projects but you don't have your sites up, if we gave you a shout out in our email, would that be okay? Even though you're still working on your projects, if we just said, hey, so and so is working on, so and so is working on, so and so is working on, and of course, it's all up to you. If you don't feel comfortable with it, it's totally okay. But if you do, we'd love to tell people about the exciting stuff you're doing. Okay, Michelle, sounds good. Sure, Donna. Yeah, we'll definitely give you a shout out. And Donna is working on a Woman's New Year Health Challenge. That is great. Y- wow, that's great. You're going to have a lot of success with that. Kim has a few freebies. Kim, can I have your web address? Sandra is working on spiritual weight loss for women. That's a great topic, Sandra. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. So we are going to go ahead and call it a wrap for today. I will see everyone on Tuesday the 27th, 1 p.m. Eastern at rachelonzoom.com. If anyone has any questions between now and then, please feel free to shoot me an email at rachel@uspLR.com. And if you need anything, any recommendations, or just any old thing, please feel free to reach out to us. All right, guys. If no one has anything pressing, I'm going to go ahead and call this a wrap. Thank you for all of our first timers. I really appreciate you guys coming out and chatting with us today. And even those folks who didn't chat, that's perfectly okay. Hopefully you had a chance to work on your PLR a little bit today, which is the important thing. So, oh, good. I'm glad you guys liked it. All right, guys, have a great day.